Welcome to the Daily Dish with New York Times bestselling author Leanne Ely. Putting vibrancy back into your everyday life and feeding your heart, mind, body, and soul. Join us every day at 1 p.m. Eastern for Motivational Monday, Tuesday's Tip, Wise Woman's Wednesday, Thirsty Thursday, Food Fight Friday, and of course Q&A, where no question is off limits, and Soulful Saturday. Here is your host, Leanne Ely, and the Daily Dish.
We're in the house. How about you? Come on in. It's time to get busy. It's Thirsty Thursday. I'm thirsty. How about you? Hey, Helen, Marguerite, good to see you, ladies. It's lovely to be home on the range here. So good to have you all here, and thanks again for showing up. And boy, oh boy, we are almost full in Full Bloom, you guys. Almost full. I'm not kidding. Hey, Carla. Hey, Catherine. Good to see you. Mary Ann is in the house, of course. Always thirsty, Mary Ann. Always thirsty. Hi, Mary. It's good to see you. I'm glad you're here. And here comes everybody. This is the fun part, watching everybody come on in. You know what I'm going to tell you because we are 2 days away from Full Bloom. Actually, Thursday, Friday. Yeah, I mean, today and tomorrow. Full Bloom is on. Game on, girlfriends. Game on. And I just wanted to show you a little bit about what the swag bag is, because I've had people ask me, what's in it? Where is it? It's late enough into the game that I can show you because I've got everything here. So here's what we're sending out. And like I said, we don't have much left. But here it is. This is the Full Bloom infusion bottle. And in the infuser, can you see that? In the infuser, it's hard to see with the light, but that's cut up lemons and cucumber. It infuses the bottle and tastes so delicious. There's Elizabeth. Yay! And your little sister's going with you. I think that's so fabulous, Elizabeth. It's so fabulous. We also have these wonderful little Full Bloom stickies. And we're going to actually talk about this. This is a tool, by the way. This is a tool. And as are these little clippies that also say Full Bloom with a very strong magnet on the back. And plus, it wouldn't be the same if we didn't have some cute pens. So that's your Full Bloom swag bag. Just letting you know. If you have signed up for Full Bloom, this is in the mail to you if you haven't already received it. And I'm just going to let you know it is first come, first serve on that. What can I tell you? We don't have much left. We have scraps left. Lily, I just saw you just signed up. So glad that you're coming. Kathy's in the house. Carla, I know you love your swag bag, and I'm so glad. Christine, hello. Jackie's here as well. Who else do we have here? I saw a couple of other people that I think I missed. Juanita, of course, is here. Love our Juanita, and glad she's here. Anyway, that's what I wanted to show you the swag bag because I wanted you to know. Christine got hers. Yay! Hi, Sharon. I wanted you to know that it's not a bunch of stupid tchotchkes. It's actual, I think I would call these actionable trigger items to help set up your environment. That's what we're about. We're about setting up that environment. So we're going to be talking about that. And of course, we still have people ordering from the pop-up shop. We have a pop-up boutique with all kinds of swag. And you're welcome to go there and get whatever you want. I got this cute Full Bloom water bottle. You will see me wearing the hoodie. I've got a white hoodie with this same logo on it and flowers. I just washed it in it right now. So it's in the washing machine. But I don't like wearing clothes just right out of the thing because, I mean, what chemicals do they put on them? You know how it is. Corliss Jeanette, good to see you. Yeah, you got your swag bag yesterday, Jackie. I'm so glad. Hi, Sandra. I'm glad you're here too. Yeah, they are useful and mindful things. That's exactly it. Juanita called it. That's exactly what it is. Because, I mean, when we got together, this is not me just saying, let's do this. Amber put a bunch of ideas together. We discussed them. We had the design ready for them, and it became a whole team thing. You can confirm your email address with support, Christine. Send it in to support at Gmail. Support at savingdinner.com, and we will help you out. Okay? Promise. Sorry about that. I just can't pull my act together. Speaking of environments, the other thing, of course, you're going to see that we have, that we love, that we use for environmental success is our little quote decks, which has this little stand that comes with them. And the stand is important. You know, I have to actually, we have to order some more of those. We're running low on them. The stand is important. You know why? Because the stand has that little card sitting on your desk. You don't just forget about it. You see it continually. But you can also do this. I'm going to show you some fun things that you can do. Let me get some. The world is in a world of doing, it's important to take a moment to just breathe and to just sit. For those of you who are in, you know, high stressful jobs, it's a good, this is a good reminder to put on. I'm going to show you. I'm sorry, I'm full of demos today. Put this like this, put it on your refrigerator. When you see it in the morning, that's going to remind you to meditate. Oh, cute. Don't you love it? Here's another one. Nothing gets easier. You get stronger, right? I love that. This is from a Peloton instructor of all things. Put that on the stand, put it next to your desk. And when you see it, you go, yes, that's true. I do get stronger. Or you can even know that it's always feeding your heart, mind, body, and soul somehow. That's what these are about. And I'm sitting here, I feel like I'm playing, you know, 52 card pickup here. But I love these. I think that they're just absolutely incredible and wonderful needle movers for your life. This works. Check them out. We have a lot of fans on these who bought our first edition and our second. We have scarce limited supply on the second edition. I think we might have a few more, but check it out. savingdinner.com/quote. I love this. Darla says she's working on her environment. I love that, Darla. I support you. Hi, Angie. Good to see you. Suzanne is in the house, and so is Michelle. You love this sweatshirt? Listen, I've got pants that match, and I'm wearing the whole outfit. Usually I don't, but it makes it look like pajamas. But I love this. I love tie-dye. So anyway, so I'm just showing you, this is your setup for success. Your quote deck, savingdinner.com/quote. And also, how could I forget about our mindful mug? This is edition number 1. You can see the number 1 is hidden in the little word cloud there. That is all affirming. And on the back, it says mindful mug, pinkies up, savingdinner.com, of course. And if you want to learn why and how a mindful mug works, go read the post, savingdinner.com/mug. Not only that, but it'll tell you exactly how to get one for free or how to just purchase it right out. Okay. Lastly, we have InflaCrusher as our supplement of the week. Love this stuff. This is what we use in my house instead of using, all those over-the-counter things that can cause death, like Tylenol. There's 35,000 Tylenol deaths a year. It poisons your liver if you take too much of it. And if you're dealing with something that's chronic especially, and you can use InflaCrusher instead and actually feed your body and get rid of it, that's what we want to do. Anyway, pretty exciting, isn't it? Let's see if I can fix this. No, I can't. Sorry. It's these glasses, you guys. I sat on my other glasses, and this is my last pair. I do this all the time. I stand the plastic quote box up to see a second quote through the bottom. What a good idea, Kathy. Hi, Diane. I'm so glad to hear. Diane, look what I'm using. Diane sent me this. Hi, Jeanette. Isn't this so pretty? She sent me this last year. Live life in full bloom. That was after full bloom. I mean, I love this. Speaking of loving, and where do you find you can find InflaCrusher, I'm sorry, at savingdinner.com/show. With it, every week when it's our supplement of the week, we give you a little something extra. A little something extra. And the something extra that we're giving you this time are some low-carb menus, some freezer menus, heart healthy, a bunch of stuff that you're not going to see on our site. It's usually worth at least $30. This is worth $37. So go check it out. This is how you get your supplements and also get your recipes together and other useful things. It's really helpful. Hey, Susan, I'm glad you're here. So I told you that lovely Diane sent me this lovely cup last year. I'm telling you, I am one blessed woman. I got this in the mail from our Joanne. Look at this. Live life in full bloom. That's what it said. She was with her sister Jeanette, and they were in a little store, and they saw it, and she said that they said it at the same time. They looked at it and they said, Leanne. And so she bought it for me. And then she sent me this lovely card with a lovely letter inside that just made me cry, of course. And now this is a napkin holder, but you know what? No way. This is not going to go upstairs. This is going to stay on my desk and hold my file folders. I was just thinking I need something to hold the file folders, and now I have it. And it says living life, whoops, in full bloom. Anyway, is Joanne not the sweetest? So I'm going to show you. This is how I'm going to use it, just like this. Look. Hey, I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Thank you, Joanne. You know, of course, you made me cry. I love you. You are a sister. You are incredible. And Joanne's story is fabulous and wonderful. And oh my gosh, I love her. We have Q&A on Friday, and that's going to be our last show of the week, because on Saturday, of course, we're doing Full Bloom. If you are not signed up, I don't know what to do. You know, do I need to come to your house and drag you by the scruff of the neck and say, come on? Listen, the more it's 7/8 of the way written. It's all written. And when the handouts are incredible, everything about it is gonna, you know, I've done a lot of research on this. I've worked on this for a long, long time. And now I just can't wait to bring, there's my girl, Joanne. There she is. Love her up, you guys. Love her up. She is the best. Lucy, I'm glad you're here too, by the way. Anyway, Pamela said she's going to be working Saturday morning, but she'll be there for the PM session. Cool. You'll be able to get, you know, you'll have the whole thing. I can't wait. Questions and answers are on Friday, okay? Send your questions in to support@savingdinner.com. Question for Leanne on Friday. I promise you I'll get it answered, okay? And let's do that for Friday. And that's it, because Saturday we're going to be full blooming. Yeah. Oh, Christine, she's starting a new job on Monday. So this is great. I love this. Anyway, remember too that if you're registered for Full Bloom, even if you can't make it on Saturday, you can own it. If you're registered, you are going to get it and have it and keep it and be able to go anytime and go watch it. And I'm going to give you hints too on what to do, especially if something hits you upside the head like a cosmic 2x4. Put a timestamp on your notes. You're going to want to take notes. We've got note things for you to do. We've got worksheets. We have so much goodness. I'm telling you, you're going to pop out of your little self. I'm going to just, anybody here who is, I'm going to just say one thing. I want you to get a picture of yourself that's, you know, about yay big. Just copy it off. It doesn't have to be a gorgeous, fabulous picture. It doesn't need to be full body at all. Just a picture of yourself. Cut it out and have that ready to go. Will you on Saturday? Also a little bit of glue or tape or whatever you want. But just if you want to go that far, I'm just giving you hints, ideas, things to do. This is our quote of the week, which isn't this appropriate, right? Old keys won't open new doors. Mm-hmm. I'm telling you, you already knew that, didn't you? Have you ever tried that? Have you ever been just like so frustrated? I don't know what happened to these keys. And then all of a sudden you realize, whoops, they aren't even the right keys. That's what happens to us. We get stuck in that way. So anyway, I'm excited about Saturday. I am wound up for Saturday. It's all I can think about. That's it. And that's why I want you there. Because I just know my knowing is on fire right now. And we've talked about our knowing before, but my knowing right now is telling me that this is absolutely critical mass for all of us. So hopefully you'll be there. savingdinner.com/bloom. Check it out. All right. And one other thing, I'm just going to mention this. We had lovely Tracy. We had a couple of other people too who wanted to be anonymous, who have done scholarships for women who couldn't afford to go. And to me, we can all day long give people, you know, admissions, obviously. But when you go above and beyond and you're that woman who's buying a ticket for another woman, what does that say about you and your character? What does that say? That takes you to this place of an elevation of real, that's just unconditional, amazing love. So if you want to give a scholarship, just send it in to support@savingdinner.com. In the subject line, put scholarship, and we will line you up, because we have folks who are waiting to get in that would love to get in. I know that. Hi, Carol. I'm so glad you're here. Anyway, today we're going to be talking about, well, it's the end of Positivity Week, really, because there is no show on Saturday and tomorrow's Q&A. And all week long, we've been talking about how positivity absolutely affects brain synapses and how it just changes absolutely everything. It changes everything. It changes the way that you do life. It changes your habits. It changes your thought patterns. It changes your relationships. If you are allowed to immerse yourself in this kind of positivity, that's what happens, pure and simple. So I also know that it clarifies and connects our connections. It creates a connection, because when we are, if you were there for last Friday, Lucy had a really good question, and it was just super from the heart, and I answered her as best I could, straight from the heart. And in the mix of all of that question was the thing of connection. I read connection all the way through. Can be a missing piece for a lot of us. Connection helps us to be positive because of just the way we are built, because of our creativeness, because of our cellular DNA, because of all of these things. It is just absolutely everything. When we're in the place of connection, we're also in the place of positivity. Because why would we connect if we don't want to be positive? If we want to be negative, we can connect with other negative Nellies, but what is that going to do exactly? How is that going to help us? How is that going to create the life that we want to live? How is it going to add vibrancy to our lives? And connections establish all of this. It establishes that positivity. So it's a verb, by the way. It means to bring together into contact so that a real link is established. That's what connection is. It's to provide access. And we all need access. We all need access to another human being. We all need access to the emotions that drive each one of us. We need access to somebody with skin on. We do. Even if this is the best that we can do, you've heard me say 100 million times that in September, if all systems are go, I'm opening my house and we're going to do Full Bloom again in person. In person. Yeah. No masks. I mean, I'm talking, I don't want to see a masked up person. I want to see you. I want to love you up, and I want to hug you. And that's connection. The second best thing is what we're doing, So right now we're dealing with the way that we have to deal with it. But I just want you to understand and just to really feel this in your heart, in your beautiful self, deep down, how relationships, your religion, your God, how food, exercise, even your habits, all of this is connected, and it's all connected with positivity when we decide to infuse that infusion bottle into everything. So in my infusion bottle, I have cucumber and lemon right there. Can you see that? Isn't it so pretty too? And it is taking on that flavor in my bottle. The longer it sits in there, the more fragrant, the more flavor that those items are going to impart to the water. This is exactly what it is. When we make a decision that we're going to infuse, I love the word infuse. We're going to infuse love and connection and positivity into our relationships, into our relationship with God or our religion, into our food, positivity into our food, not the negative connections that we've had. But when we make all those decisions to do that, even with our exercise, I am an athlete. I've shared that with you. Being consistent, using your word of the year, using the things that will help you and propel you, that's positivity in action. And that's what we need. That's what creates and builds new habits that make us light up. Because if we're not lit up, we're not living a vibrant life. I want to light up. I want to have that little light inside of me just coming out of every pore and making every situation, every moment memorable. We can if we decide to. We can if we decide that we're going to sparkle with all this positivity, that we're going to just put a polish, if we can, on everything. Gwen, go get a printer. You can buy a printer for like $30 they're just cheap now. Go do that. If you can't get a printer, then you can send a file into, I guess, where is it? Like FedEx or something. There's places, Kinko's, you can get a file printed off. We connect with all of this stuff. That's how we connect it. So my question then to you would be, how do we connect with all of this stuff? How do we then do it? Well, listen to this. The adult has 41 synaptic connections in their brain less than an adult. That's, you want to know why? Because we synaptically prune the things that we don't use. The reason that we do this is, think about this. So when I was a fifth grader, I started playing piano. I played all the way, I think, through almost eighth grade. And, I never got very proficient at it, but I could sit down and play. Well, I sat down to try to play the piano, and I could remember little bits of Jesu Joy of Man's Desiring, da 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 da, you know the song, and just got to a little part of it and then left all of it behind. Why? This was my piece that I played for, recitals and what have you. Synaptic pruning. I didn't practice it. It wasn't something that I did every day. So when we do these things every day, not only are we creating habits, but we're also creating positive connections. It's everything. It's absolutely everything. I can give you another example, and I know there's a whole bunch of you here who are going to go yay and amen. Coffee. First thing in the morning, I have my little ritual where I do my coffee. That is cherished, regular habit, and it's a connection that I have to a strong connection that I have. It starts with coffee. It starts with grinding that coffee bean. It starts with putting everything out. It starts with taking my supplements, taking my Leptofix and my SAMe. It starts with all of those things, getting my hydration station ready. I cherish that. It's a daily thing, but I cherish it. And it makes me feel happy, and it makes me feel connected and positive about what my day is going to be about, because it's a setup. So when we use an established connection to add in new behavior that we actually want to create a habit stack, that's when things start to get a little bit magical. That's when we can add the momentum part to the whole thing. You know about this. And it makes us happy. BJ Fogg it calls it a habit stack. I call it piggybacking on habits, because, when we piggyback on a habit, that is the time when we really can see some momentum, because a piggybacked habit is always a new habit on a very old but very established habit. We don't just randomly make up a list of habits and start, piggybacking on each other, even if it makes sense, because we're setting ourselves up usually for failure on that. That's why I really think it's important for us to really evaluate what our habits are, and evaluate the things that need to stay and the things that need to go. And not just the things, there's this weird place of things you just got to do, because, if you don't empty up out the dishwasher, what's going to happen? Dishes are going to stack up, it's going to be, your kitchen's going to be a mess. It's going to be a nightmare. What's going to happen if you don't clean the bathroom? I don't have to tell you about that. Or don't do the laundry, or don't take a shower. If we don't do some of the things that, just maybe not everything is going to light us up. Some things you just got to do. That's just part of life. Cleaning up after yourself, well, that's part of life. And it's also a part of creating a new habit. It's taking care of yourself. It's taking care of your home. It's taking care of your environment. It's creating visual peace, and it's a setup for your positivity. It's a setup for you to have the vibrant life you want to have. That's all this stuff is. So there's some rules for doing this. Okay. Like I said, never ever piggyback a brand new habit on another new habit. It always needs to be on something that is well established. So if you are every single morning making coffee, that's a habit that's well established. What you need to do is go to the place of thinking, what habit can I stack on the back of my coffee so that it's important to me, it gets done, and it's an absolute trigger. That's the thing you need to do. So, I've shared my whole thing where I go into my kitchen, I empty the dishwasher, I do whatever, and I do all of these things. I'm in the midst of kind of changing some things up and just getting the coffee and going and doing the exercise. But since our little puppy Lincoln has come into the picture, things have gotten a little bit wonky, and we're just now starting to get sleep again. Think we figured out a new routine, but for us, it was figuring out a new routine for the puppy, because he's going to get up, at 5 o'clock in the morning. We're going to need to take him out. And I don't get to bed by 9 o'clock. Mark is still working on that master bathroom. And I told him, all I want for my birthday is a finished master bathroom. In other words, all the painting done, everything done, all the contracting stuff away, all the dust, everything done. That's all I want. That is all I want. But this is the whole thing. You make your routines as you make your routines. You turn them into rituals when they become so sacred that to not do something would be almost a sin against your own heart. It would be. So again, that doesn't mean that they're sacrosanct and they're never ever going to be changed or whatever. Like I said, we all got different seasons in our lives. We have a new season in our life right now. We are new dog owners with a puppy, and things have had to be a little bit flexible. And I haven't done exactly the things that I've wanted to do all along. But I've also recognized in order to get one thing, sometimes you have to trade something else in. So getting back and circling those wagons and getting back to the place that you need to be, well, it's again back to the whole setup for success. And what is that? There's other factors to just the piggyback habit. There's other factors. Number one, there is a trigger or a cue. And I've talked about this, that's what our quote decks are all about. That's a trigger and a cue. That's what these are about. A trigger and a cue. We have people who set up smoothie stations. And a long time ago, I probably couldn't find the picture, but I had in my old house long time ago when I lived in a condo way back in 2015, and I had this weird little, like an island peninsula thing, and it was empty. And I just set up, I got all these cute jars from, I think it was Marshall's. And then my daughter has really great calligraphy and stuff, and she wrote on the jars, and I had Perfect Paleo Protein, I had my fiber mender, I had them all lined up in my blender, and it was just this really nice little station. So if you have the room to do that, that's something that you do. That's something that you can do, is to set it up. What does it tell you? It's a visual, and it actually has function, and it helps to remind you that this is how we're going to break our fast today. This is what it is. One of the things I do is I lay my workout clothes out the day before, usually. Yeah. Right now, everything's a little bit topsy-turvy with the pup, but I know I'm going to get back to that. Right now I'm just squeezing it in when I can, but my normal routine, my normal ritual is doing that, is getting up, doing that, and having that ahead. We can do this with relationships as well. When we set up these kind of triggers as environments for success and the positivity that we want to shine on our relationships. And I'm going to put this out there. Any of you who are married or have a serious significant other, or whatever your situation is, hey, how about this? Set up make a beautiful dinner and set your table with your nice china and light some candles. And when your spouse says, what's going on? I mean, who's coming? It's just the two of us. What's this? You just say that, this is, I love you. And it's time for me just to express this one little thing. It's an act of love is what it is. So we can do things. We can do things when we make a decision about something and we want the positivity in our lives, we need to have the actions that follow. These are things that do. These are acts of love. They're acts of positivity. They're acts of a decision that is made on your behalf for your relationship. And this is what makes this is what makes the world go around. And these cues, these triggers that I'm talking about, they're simple. They're easy. You're going to make dinner anyway. How hard is it to pull out your china and put some candles out? Even if it's taco casserole. I mean, whatever it is, we have the opportunity at any given moment to even offer just a simple thing of, I appreciate you because blah, 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 or I really respect the way you handle X, Y, and Z. And I do this often with Mark, and I have a reminder to remind me to do that because it's too easy to get in my own head and to forget. And when we forget about each other, we forget about our connections, we drift apart. The things that are cultivated are the things we cultivate. You know that. And we can do this with our positivity. We can do this with our relationships, with our relationship with food, with our relationship with exercise, with people, with everything. Our dreams, our goals. When we take in the positive and we push it out with actually doing something about it, that's where the magic is. So just remember that these things need to require you to do something. Not just sit there, even though you have a quote deck, sitting there on your little stand or whatever, just a couple of times a day, just maybe take one of these, take one of these full bloom plants and just put a little note, read your message. There's a message for you here, message in a bottle, but take a minute just to read it. Nothing gets easier. You get stronger. Amen. That's right. I get stronger. I am strong. I am empowered. And away you go. Adding little drops of this throughout your day is a reminder of who you are, for heaven's sakes. It's a reminder of who you are. So make sure you do that, just easy stuff to do. Be specific, be intentional, and watch for the transformation. That's what transformation is all about. That's what being thirsty for transformation is all about. This is what happens. The thing is, what this does? It makes you feel good by doing it, and you get the immediate feedback, don't you? You get the immediate feedback. You feel better. It releases all of those positive chemicals that we need in our lives to work us into that place of a higher level of living, not that low vibe junk. We know what that is, but into a higher vibe level of living. And, I'm going to say it. Environment is always going to trump willpower, because if we think that willpower is it, it's not. We've proven that how many times? How many diets have you been on? How many times have you said, I'm just going to hold on a little bit harder? How well has that worked out for you? Set your environment up for success. Allow your habits to be touched and infused with positivity, because that is the thing that's going to propel you to the next level. And we're going to be talking about that in deep, deep stuff in Full Bloom, sort of. I mean, that's going to be infused throughout, what we do, because I'm not just going to, there's action involved when you go to Full Bloom. And we're also going to be talking about this on May 15th. So mark your calendars, because I have a training coming for you on how to do Take Back Your Life journal and how to get your year's goals set up in 12 weeks so you can crush this year. It's not too late, by the way. It's not too late. Let's stop worrying about what was in the past and let's start looking forward. The forward part is the place where all the action is, where all the illumination is, right? That's it for me today. Tomorrow I will see you for Q&A. And just one last push. I'm pushing and I'm pushing and I'm pushing, because I know when I say this, I'm talking to somebody who needs to hear it. Please be at Full Bloom. Full Bloom is a workshop. It's a conversation. It's a group of women. It's everything. And it's going to take you to that next level of vibrant living that you want. If anything I've said has stuck with you a little bit, this is for you. Check it out at savingdinner.com/bloom. And I will see you tomorrow for Q&A. I am looking forward to it. Peace be with you. Have a fabulous day. And Full Bloom, savingdinner.com/bloom. I'm not going to let it go. I'm sorry. It's just the way it is. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.
Thanks for watching. You can find us on YouTube on the Saving Dinner channel or on the Saving Dinner Facebook page. Check back daily for new episodes, Monday to Saturday at 1 p.m. Eastern. If you missed the live show, you can watch the replay. Until next time, pinkies up.